Yo. So the goal of this project was to put together a box that I could use with my SkyTrak TGC 2019. So a box that would give me the ability to hit some of the keyboard keys with a golf club. If you've ever been to Ox Golf, you've probably seen one of these, but the Q key and the left and right arrow keys are two that you use a lot in this. So that's what I wanted to put together, was a box that would allow me to have some buttons that I could use a club with have this sitting on the floor. So I got a box that I 3D printed, and I got a board from Arduino. It's a maker board. You have to have either a SAMD or a 32U4 microcontroller to work with the keyboard emulation. Made a little board, talk about that, and then I got 3 of these arcade buttons. So for the box, I just drew this up and 3D printed it on my 3D printer, and the box is just a simple hollow shell that you can mount the 3 arcade buttons, one for the left arrow, one for the right arrow, and one for the Q key. And then there's a spot for the board to go inside of there. So this will be what sits on the floor next to where you're swinging, that you can use a club to hit one of those 3 buttons with instead of reaching up and hitting the keyboard keys. So I printed that out. It took about 20 hours to print, but I think it turned out all right. I don't know why I put a Q on here, why I didn't put flyover or overview or whatever it is. Would have been smarter than the key it's simulating. So I printed that. Then I bought one of these Arduino maker boards. These support the HID USB protocol in order to simulate a button press on the keyboard. So basically when you plug this in, it'll look like another keyboard on your computer, and it'll emulate pressing one of those 3 buttons. So this is one of the boards that does it. I actually have a slightly different version of the maker board here. This is overkill. This one up here, the Maker Zero, would probably be the cheapest one you could get for it. Then all I did is soldered up a board that connects the switches to ports 0, 1, and 2 on the Maker Arduino board, and basically it's going to ground them. So I've got a common ground that's going to go to all 3 switches. When you press the switch, it'll go to ground. We'll set this up with internal pull-ups, and when you press one of those 3 buttons, it'll send, like I say, the left arrow, the Q, or the right arrow. Now these are the switches I got. I got these from Adafruit. I should have got the bigger ones. I got the 60 millimeters. So that's this. And they've got them in all different colors: yellow, red, green, blue. But I should have bought the bigger 100 millimeter ones. These are like 4 inches. These are all right, but I think the bigger ones would have been better. And they're only a couple bucks bigger. And they have those in multiple colors too, same colors, but ooh, I could have got a triangle. But next time we'll get the bigger ones. And they do have an LED inside too, which I'm not planning to use, but then you need a USB cable to connect it to your computer with, which will plug into the USB. That's a micro USB connection. So that's that. So we'll put it together, see what happens. And I put these little holes in there because there's knobs or posts sticking out of here that keeps it from spinning, I guess, but I don't know that you need those. Get them on there. Get them nice and snug. Cool if I could print something to stick on the front of these, like an arrow and a flyover or something like that, but for now this will be good. Oh, and I put that one's in a different orientation. Why is that? The yellow ones are different? What's up with that? Oh well. It is what it is. And then the white one. That one's the same as the other white one. And I need something soft. I don't want to scratch up my buttons, even though I'm going to beat them up with a club later. But and not very ESD safe here. But like I said, this, when you plug this in, you can see that basically I'm picking up the ground pin with this black wire, which will go to each of the switches. And then these 3 red wires are going to inputs 0, 1, and 2 on there. I don't want to plug this in yet though, because I want to attach this board to the inside of my box. I got some little holes in here for it. We'll attach that with some screws. I think maybe I should put standoffs on there. Let's see if I can get some standoffs. Open. It listened. How big? That big? Sure. Put the screw through it. That's too big. Smaller. Let's try this thing. Press it on, spin it. That one's too big. Smaller. Put the small one in there. See if we can get it to stay when we slide it together. Ah, come on out. It's gonna be a tricky. See if we can get it to not slide back there. Oh, there we go. Get it that way. It's got to be smarter than it, or gravity, probably. Just smarter than gravity, which shouldn't be too hard. Okay, we're in there. Now let's put the board in. Let's have the wires come out this way. And put the board down in there. Perfect. Just like that. Okay, switches. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Oh, yeah, I guess I am sure. Can I do this one the opposite way? No. That's gonna be tricky. Hope I can do it the opposite way. Yep, I can. And this one, probably gonna bang into the wall or something. That's annoying. Or it's gonna hit my board. Does it only go that way? Oh, it could go this way too, but that's a little problematic. I think we're going to have to make a little mod. Get it right there. Bend it up a little. That could have been done better, Dave. Could have thought ahead a little better. But hopefully we won't notice. It's going to stick down maybe. I'm going to hit the table. Let's try it. Maybe I got it too much angle. Yep, that's no good. Well, let's turn it around. Maybe with it that way now, with it angled up. In fact, let's just keep on angling it. Just gotta watch out for that guy. Didn't think that hat through very thoroughly. Oh well. I think that'll work. Yep. This guy will get bent too. Oh yeah. No problem. No problem. Let's tuck these under here slightly. Tuck this under here. Go into there. Run this one. What am I doing? I'm doing red on the lower one. Sure, why not? And then all the black, the common, our ground. One there. Give this guy a little bend since I horked that up. Oh well, it gives me something to do for red too. Let's take it out. Let's take this off. Put this on. Now let's put this on. Oh, don't do that, Dave. There we go. Not happy. That's how this is going. I guess that's all right. And I hooked the wrong one. Okay, Dave. One more try. Red one here. Black with a daisy chain on here. That's better. Now let's try to get it in there. That's a little snug. Not liking that. Tuck that one down there. I swear I'd like to tuck around there, but I guess like that's fine. So that's that. And then we should be able to plug in our USB cable. And I probably should have put a spot for strain relief on here, but what if we route it around like this and we tie strap it? Aha! Sorry about the cat litter. Ignore that. Put a tie strap right around here like this. There. Tuck it under. Nip it off. There. So for the code, I'll show you what I did for the code. Let's put it over here up on the big screen. Basically what I did is I'm using the keyboard library. This is not the right code. That's a different project. This is the code for this project. Basically I'm using the keyboard library. I set up 3 button inputs, like I said, pins 0, 1, and 2 for digital inputs. I set them up using the pull-up resistor on them also. All I got to do is ground it. And then in the loop, all I'm doing is reading those 3 button states. And if one of those buttons is pressed, I send that keyboard message out to the computer via the USB port. So keyboard print A, D, or Q. A and D are what you can use instead of the left and right arrow. You can either use A and D or left and right. It's the same thing. And A and D was easier to code. There are ASCII characters you can send instead for the left and right arrows, but A and D are supposed to work. So that's all it's doing is when you press the button, it sends the A key, it delays 500. This is my switch debounce method, which is probably pretty crude and could be sexied up, but we'll see if this works. So let's go give it a shot with the SkyTrak. I already programmed it up, so I'm not going to reload the code again. Let's go give it a shot. I have an extension cable here. Let's take this to try it. Okay, let's see if we got the buttons lined up now. Sounds like it connected. No! What? Dave. What in the world? I like that though. That's better. That's better. It's quite a bit better. I like that. I like that. That's pretty good. I like that speed. Maybe a little bit faster. Yeah, that's not bad. But I gotta get these wired up right. I guess I could just change the code. So right now, the one I've got doing D, I want to be Q. In Q, I want to be D. D and Q gotta switch. And also I'm gonna make it faster. That's too slow. This is obviously not a polished video. That's okay. D and Q. We're gonna switch these, so let's just make 2 and 1. This is cheating. I don't know how I got that wrong. Must have been hidden behind there. And I wanted to make it faster, so let's go to 25 or 24. Let's try 25. And this is too long. This was clunky. Let's do 700. Program. Looks like it's done. Take a swig of bubbly to celebrate. Let's see what happens. Hopefully you don't have to watch me going up and down the stairs again. Okay, tell me I got it right. That works. Aim left, aim right. Oh, it works. You gotta come check this out. Here, you get to do it.
What am I doing? What do the left?
Don't use that end, you use the other end.
Use the other end?
Why would you flip your club around?
You don't work your buttons.
What? Do it. Are you even looking?
I don't even know what it's supposed to be, what the buttons mean.
What? There's clearly marked for the left
what
arrow.
does left and right mean? Left
It
and
means
right
where
for
you-
what? For aiming?
What else would it be?
I don't know. I never played the game.
See it aiming right? This is anticlimactic.
What's the center one do?
Watch. Push it. That gives you flyover.
That's cool.
So Q gives you the flyover. And then you get left.
You hardly even have to touch them, do you?
And you just give left. Yeah, you don't have to beat them up. You just push left and right.
Are you recording this?
I am.
You're recording you being a pain in the ass?
Hey, watch your mouth.
Just bleep over me.
Was recording.
What's what?